Right, so let's begin. So since last couple of lectures, we have been discussing about electrostatics, right? So in electrostatics, we have studied like Coulomb's law lecture. So we started our discussion from basically a concept of charge, right? So in charge, we have seen like there would be a types, positive charge and negative charge. Positive charge can be treated as a proton, and negative charge is treated as
Electrons.
Correct. Very nice. So see, charge is having polarity, right? And when we talk about a charge, there would exist lines of force in the surrounding region of that charge, right? We have drawn different diagrams to understand the things, right? So if the charge is a positive charge, then in that case, the lines of force would be moving radially outward. And if the point charge, or let's say charge, is a negative charge, in that case lines of force would be moving radially inward, right? So this is the fact. And second thing, if we bring those charges closer, let it be like charges or unlike charges, if we bring those charges near to each other, in that case what will happen, depending upon the polarity, means if those charges are unlike charges, means one charge is positive charge and another one is positive, another one is negative, in that case what will happen, they will attract each other. And if like charges comes comes into a vicinity, what will happen, they will repel each other. So from that fact, it is clear that there exists a force. There exists a force of, let us say, attraction or repulsion between the charges. So from that point onwards, it gives an open discussion for this fact, like the force between the charges, right? Like charges attract, unlike charges attract each other, like charges repel each other. So there exists a force. So Coulomb's started his experimental work, and he found there exists a relation between force and the charge, amount of charge carried by that point. So he defined a Coulomb's law, right? So we have written a statement like the force between those two charges is it is proportional to product of charges. Product of charges means whatever charge is been carried by those two charges, multiplication of that, and the force is inversely proportional to square of distance between those two charges. So this was the Coulomb's law that we have studied. And also this force depends upon the medium. So there exists a medium constant. We defined it as K, and K is nothing but 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Why epsilon naught? Because we have assumed it is a free space. If it is different medium, for different medium, we have different permittivity, right? So while solving the examples, if the medium is not specified, in that case, you have to assume it is to be equal to a permittivity of free space, and it is equal to 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12, or for calculation simplicity, it is 10 raised to minus 9 upon 36 pi, right? So we have two values of epsilon naught. You have to keep these two values in mind. Epsilon naught is equal to 8.54 into 10 raised to minus 12, or you can use 10 raised to minus 9 upon 36 pi. Unit of this permittivity is farad per meter. So this is what we have discussed in last lecture, in previous lectures. After that, we have studied the different charge configurations, right? So what are different charge configurations we have studied so far? What are the charge configurations we have studied apart from point charge?
Line charge.
Okay, good.
surface charge and volume charge.
Correct, absolutely correct. So apart from point charge, we have those three configurations like line charge, surface charge, or you can say a sheet charge. And last one is volume charge, right? So the charge is exist in a variety of configurations, like those point charge would be there, or line charge if the charge is spread over the line. If it is uniformly distributed over a line, we will call it as a line charge, or it can be a surface charge, or uh, it can be a volume charge, right? So depending upon the charge configuration, we accordingly we change the formula that we are going to use, right? So this charge configuration we have studied. So how to analyze the charge configuration, or how to do the calculations if charge configuration is different other than point charge. In that case, what we will do, सपोज जर लाईन चार्ज असेल तर त्याचा छोटासा सेगमेंट घ्यायचा आणि त्याला पॉइंट चार्ज म्हणून कन्सिडर करायचं, आणि त्याच्यावरती आपण परत कुलोम्स लॉ अप्लाय करायचा. कुलोम्स लॉ अप्लाय केला की त्या पॉइंटसाठी किंवा त्या छोट्याशा सेगमेंटसाठी आपल्याला इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड किंवा फोर्स कॅल्क्युलेट करता येईल. त्याला म्हणायचं आपण डिफरन्शियल फोर्स, म्हणजे त्या छोट्याशा लाईन सेगमेंटमुळे जो काही फोर्स क्रिएट होतो दॅट इज व्हॉट डिफरन्शियल फोर्स. आणि त्या कंप्लीट लाईन मुळे जेवढा काय फोर्स अक्युम्युलेट होतोय, दॅट यू कॅन कॅल्क्युलेट बाय इंटिग्रेटिंग दॅट डिफरन्शियल फोर्स. समजतंय? सिमिलरली फॉर surface and volume charge, we will select a small surface or small volume, then we will find out, we will consider that small differential surface or differential volume as a point charge. Then we apply the Coulomb's law, and once we apply the Coulomb's law, you will get differential force due to that small segment, let's say differential surface or differential volume. And after that you can integrate that. For line integral it would be a single integration, for surface it would be double integral, and for volume it would be a triple integration, right? So 3 integrations we will do for volume charge. So in that way we can find out total force due to that line charge or surface charge or a volume charge, right? So this is what we have discussed so far. Now today we are going to discuss about electric field intensity, right? So very important point. And let me give you this alert message once again. Most probably your university examination is going to be conducted offline. So I hope 100% alertness during the lectures. I hope 100% attentiveness during the lectures. Am I clear? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, great. So I hope you are ready with pen and paper. My screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you want, you can put a heading, electric field intensity. Electric field intensity. Very important concept as far as electromagnetics is concerned. Now, electric field intensity, it is denoted by E. It is denoted by capital letter E. And since it is a vector quantity, I should put bar on the top of this letter E, right? So this is the notation for electric field intensity. Now let us understand what is electric field intensity. But before that, this electric field intensity, or simply you can call it as intensity, or you can say electric field. It is also called as, right here, simply electric field. It is also called as electric field, right? So it is denoted by capital letter E. If a small test charge, or let's say probe, if a small test charge, or you can consider here as a q, denoted by small letter q, is placed at any point near a second fixed charge, let's say here, capital Q. Right? So you can consider this as a source and this as a test. Right? So if this small q, that is test charge, is placed nearer to another point charge, let's say source charge, this test charge will experience a force that is well known, right? That is what Coulomb's law says. This q test charge will experience a force. Either it would be a force of attraction or it would be a force of repulsion based on polarity of this source charge. Am I making sense? जे आता मी बोललो ते समजलं?
Yes, sir.
ह्या टेस्ट चार्ज वरती एक फोर्स ऍक्ट होईल आणि तो फोर्स एक तर अट्रॅक्टिव्ह फोर्स असेल किंवा रिपल्सिव्ह फोर्स असेल बेस्ड ऑन द पोलॅरिटी ऑफ सोर्स चार्ज. हा जर पॉझिटिव्ह असेल तर टेस्ट चार्ज वरती टेस्ट चार्जची पण पोलॅरिटी आपल्याला माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. दोन्ही पॉझिटिव्ह असतील इट विल रिपेल, अँड इफ source charge is positive and test charge is negative, it will attract each other. So there exists a force. आपल्याला माहित आहे की त्याच्यामध्ये एक फोर्स असणार आहे. So test charge will experience a force and the magnitude and the direction of force will depend upon the location of this probe charge, or let's say test charge. म्हणजे हा जर जास्त लांब असेल, let's say here Q, test charge. So if you compare these two scenarios, which one will let's say this is test 1, test 2, which one will experience more force, attractive असो किंवा repulsive असो, which one will experience more force? Test charge 1 will face or it will experience more force. का तर तो त्या source charge च्या जास्त जवळ आहे, and we know this force is that indirect. It is inversely proportional to square of distance. Meaning of that, distance वाढलं की force कमी होणार. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So far, whatever we have seen, that I have just discussed. Now let's see what exactly the electric field intensity is. Right? Now about this charge Q, there is said to be a electric field strength. म्हणजेच काय म्हणतो आता मी इथं थोडासा हा सोर्स चार्ज आहे ना त्याला थोडासा एक्सपांड करतो Q. ठीक आहे, आणि हा Q सपोज पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज असेल, हा निगेटिव्ह पण असू शकतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल आय एम टेकिंग इट ॲज अ पॉझिटिव्ह. If it is a positive charge, then there would exist a lines of force. This is also we have discussed की जर तो पॉझिटिव्ह असेल तर त्याच्या सराउंडिंगला अशा लाइन्स ऑफ फोर्स असतात. ठीक आहे, these are the lines of force. And what is the direction of these lines of force? Radially outward. These lines of force would move radially outward in this way. Right? So meaning of that, it would set up an electric field intensity, electric field in its surrounding region. जर आता मी हा Q कन्सिडर केला तर त्याच्या भोवती हे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड तयार झालेलं आहे. दिस इज व्हॉट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज. यालाच आपण म्हणतो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. राईट? सो आपल्याला आता याची इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड स्ट्रेंथ किंवा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी कॅल्क्युलेट करायची. वी वॉन्ट टू नो इट्स इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी. सो इन दॅट केस हाऊ वी कॅन कॅल्क्युलेट दॅट, राईट? So I want to experience, I want to check the electric field intensity at some other, let's say, point charge, or let's say a test charge. Let me place this test charge here. Let us denote it by small letter q. राईट. सो याची इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी मेजर करण्यासाठी आपल्याला एक त्यामध्ये टेस्ट चार्ज ठेवावा लागणार आहे. लेट अस से इट इज क्यू, स्मॉल क्यू. अँड दिस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड स्ट्रेंथ, or you can say E, its magnitude at any point is measured as force per unit charge. म्हणजेच काय, आता मी इथं थोडस आता जी डेफिनेशन सांगितली, इट्स मॅग्निट्यूड म्हणजेच काय, आता मी हा वेक्टर घेत नाही. वेक्टर इज, वी नो दॅट इट इज E bar, but here I am talking about its magnitude. When I say magnitude, I will simply write here E. Right? So this E at any point is measured as force per unit charge. Force per unit charge. Force per unit charge. Right? So can I say like this? Force F upon charge Q. Yes, we can say that. E is equal to F upon Q. So in that case, you can put this as E bar is equal to F bar upon Q. So this is the formula for electric field intensity. Let me once again repeat the definition of electric field intensity. Electric field intensity is nothing but force per unit charge. This is the definition. Force per unit charge. Right? So this is the definition. And the direction of this electric field intensity is same as that of force. That's why I can easily equate these two terminologies like force and electric field intensity. ज्या डायरेक्शनला फोर्स असतो त्याच डायरेक्शनला इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी असते. दॅट्स इट. इज इट क्लिअर? आपण कुलोम्स लॉ बघितल्यानंतर त्याच्या दोन डायरेक्शन्स बघितल्या, म्हणजेच तिथं काय होतं आपल्याकडे Q1 Q2 होते, बरोबर आहे. सो हिअर इट कॅन बी, जस्ट अ मिनिट, इथं आपल्याकडे Q1 आहे सपोज आणि इथं Q2 आहे. ठीक आहे. जर आपण या डायरेक्शनला फोर्स मेजर करत असेल तर आपण त्याला काय म्हणतो, F12 बार. आणि जर आपण या डायरेक्शनला फोर्स मेजर करत असेल तर त्याला म्हणतो F21 बार. सेम केस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी मध्ये सुद्धा, जर आपण या डायरेक्शनला इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी काढत असू तर त्याला म्हणायचं आपण E12 बार. आणि जर या बाजूला आपण इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी काढत असेल तर त्याला म्हणायचं E21 बार. इज इट क्लिअर?
Yes, sir.
ओके. काही डाऊट असतील तर विचारत चला मध्ये थांबवून, म्हणजे थोडस एक काइंड ऑफ इमॅजिनेशन चा पार्ट आहे. सो समटाइम्स इट मे बी डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टँड. फक्त डेफिनेशन्स आणि जे मी बोर्डवरती लिहितोय ऍटलिस्ट तेवढं तरी जर तुम्ही नोटबुक मध्ये लिहून घेतलं तरी दॅट इज सफिशियंट टू अंडरस्टँड द कन्सेप्ट. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी म्हणजे काय असतं, फोर्स पर युनिट चार्ज. आता आपण फोर्स कुलोम्स लॉ मध्ये काढलाय किंवा त्याच्यावरचे एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व्ह केलेत. फोर्स कसा काढता येतो आपल्याला चांगलंच माहित आहे. युनिट वेक्टर काढायचा, युनिट वेक्टर काढायचा, त्याची मॅग्निट्यूड काढायची आणि फॉर्म्युलामध्ये व्हॅल्यूज पुटअप करायच्या, फोर्स निघतोय. ठीक आहे. सो दॅट इज व्हॉट आय वॉन्टेड टू कन्वे. जसं मी सांगितलं, इथं जर पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज असेल तर रॅडियली आउटवर्ड इलेक्ट्रिक लाईन्स ऑफ फोर्स दिसतील. एक्झॅक्टली अपोजिट इफ आय कन्सिडर हिअर minus Q. So what would be the scenario? The lines of force would move radially inward.
What?
Yes. पण तिथं ते इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड असणारच आहे. फोर्स एकतर इनवर्ड असेल किंवा आउटवर्ड असेल, बट देअर एक्झिस्ट अ फोर्स. Right? So this would be the lines of forces. This is for positive charge, this is for negative charge. right? With this understanding, let us move ahead to check, to understand further part of this. Now, as I said, the force per unit charge exerted on a test charge in the field. Let me let me say here, as per this definition and Coulomb's law, as per this definition and Coulomb's law, what we can write here, force, Coulomb's law, as per law, what can I say? F bar is equal to, for this case, tell me, for this case, it would be capital Q, right? Small q, बराबर है ना? That is the this thing, Coulomb's law. It is directly proportional to product of charges. Charges काय आहेत, एकतर positive q आहे आणि test charge small q. So this is small q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square. R square काय म्हणतोय मी? It would be a distance between this source charge and test charge. A bar r. हा Coulomb's law झाला. This is what we know as a Coulomb's law. Now let us put this value of Coulomb's law into this equation. Let us put, let's say this is equation 1, this is equation 2. So let us put equation 2 in equation 1. So if I do that, what will happen? E bar is equal to q, small q, divided by q 4 pi epsilon naught r square a bar r, right? So this q gets cancelled. Q gets cancelled. So what is remaining here? Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square a bar r. So this is the final expression, or you can say final equation for electric field intensity. So let me write in different color. So electric field intensity, E bar, is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square a bar r. So this is the final equation for electric field intensity. Can someone tell me what is the unit of electric field intensity? What is the unit of electric field intensity?
Volt per meter.
Correct. Its unit is volt per meter. Volt per meter. And let me tell you one more unit of electric field intensity based on the definition. So as per definition, we have written it is force per unit charge. Force से unit क्या है? Newton. बराबर है ना? Newton. And what is the unit of charge? Unit of charge?
Coulomb.
Correct. So I can write another unit of this electric field intensity, Newton per Coulomb, right? So, but preferably we use this volt per meter, right? So that's all about electric field intensity. Based on this concept, we are going to solve a couple of examples. But before that, let us understand the electric field intensity due to many charges. So I hope you have noted this. If you have noted this, we will proceed further. स्क्रीनशॉट घ्या किंवा लिहून घेतला असेल तर काही इश्यू नाही. Take a screenshot of this. Okay, by the time I check the attendance. Hmm. Okay, roll number 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Roll number 4. Roll number 4. Absent. Roll number 10. (32). Roll number 32. (34). 36. 39. 40. Roll number 40. 41. 43. 45. 46. 47. 48. 51. Once again check. Roll number 4, 10, 31, 34, 36, 40, 41, 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 51. Right. So shall we move ahead?
Sir, 31 is present.
Okay. Okay. So shall we proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. आत्ताच आपण बघितलं इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ॲट एनी पॉइंट ड्यू टू अ सिंगल चार्ज. पण आता सिनारिओ काय, what I'm considering, what I'm trying to say here, you are having a single point. You are having, let's say, this point, test charge you can say, or test point T, and this point is surrounded by number of point charges. Let's say Q1 somewhere here, let's say Q2 somewhere here, Q3 somewhere here, and this is so on up to Qn, right? Many number of charges are in the vicinity of point P. So what will happen with first assumption? You will know that there exists a force between Q1 and P. There exists a force between Q2 and P. There exists a force between Q3 and P. Similarly, whatever number of charges present over here, they will they will exert a force on point P, right? So let me draw all those forces. And when I say there exists a force, also there exists the electric field intensity. And here we are talking about electric field intensity. Let me draw the arrows. We are talking about electric field intensity electric field intensity at a point due to multiple point charges. This is the heading. We have multiple point charges and we need to find the electric field intensity at a given point P. त्या पॉइंट पी च्या भोवती मल्टिपल पॉइंट चार्जेस आहेत. तर काय करावं लागेल? हाऊ वी कॅन डू दॅट, हाऊ वी कॅन सॉल्व दिस टाइप ऑफ एक्झाम्पल. So this is the question. So the field at a point where there are many charges contributing to the field, म्हणजे प्रत्येक चार्ज मुळे एक फील्ड तयार होईल आणि that will contribute to a total field. It will contributing to the total field. So how to find that total field, or you can say a cumulative field at point P? So here comes in picture the law of superposition. So law of superposition says that you might have heard about superposition. Superposition theorem वगैरे ऐकलं असेल ना? सुपरपोजिशन थेरम मध्ये काय करतो आपण? सर्वांची ऍडिशन करतो, राइट? So in the law of superposition, what we do in the principle of superposition, what we do? The force between any two charges is independent of presence of other charge. म्हणजे एकमेकांच्या चार्जेसच्या इंडिपेंडंट आहेत. So you can directly add those forces to obtain the total or cumulative force on that point charge P. Is that clear? So in simple words, पॉइंट पी ला जो काही टोटल फोर्स क्रिएट होणार आहे, that you can obtain by simply adding all the individual forces created by those individual charges. So the field at any point due to two or more charges is a vector sum. You just try to note somewhere. It's a vector sum of all the fields that the various charges would set up at the same time. म्हणजेच काय? Means what? It's a vector sum. We are going to do a vector sum of those electric field intensities. आता इथं आपण काही assumptions करायचे. What assumptions we are going to do? Let there be a many point charges. Number one, assumption number one, let the charges are like Q1, Q2, Q3, and this is so on up to Qn, right? We have those number of charges. Yes. So the charges are Q1, Q2, so on up to Qn. And these charges are separated from the given point. These charges are separated from the given point with the distance. At a distance, let's say R1, small r1, comma R2, comma R3, comma this is so on up to Rn, respectively from what? Point P. म्हणजे पॉइंट पी पासून यांचं अंतर किती आहे? R1, R2, R3, so on up to Rn. मग मी हे तर ड्रॉ करू शकतो, लिहू शकतो ते डिस्टन्स. P आणि Q1 मधलं अंतर आहे R1. P आणि Q2 मधलं अंतर आहे R2. P आणि Q3 मध्ये R3. P आणि Qn मध्ये Rn. So these are the respective distances between those multiple charges. Now we know the distances, we know the charges, we know the point location, we know the position of point P. So in that case, electric field produced by those individual charges, I can write here. The electric fields at P R. कोणत्या कोणत्या इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड्स असणार आहेत? सो इट वुड बी E1 बार. Why E1 bar? E1 bar म्हणजे electric field intensity produced at point P because of charge Q1. E1 म्हणजे काय असणार आहे? या पॉइंट P ला जी काही इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी प्रोड्यूस्ड होईल Q1 मुळे, that is what called as E1. Similarly, I can write here E2. E2 is the electric field intensity produced at point P because of Q2. Similarly, E3. E3 is the electric field intensity produced at point P because of Q3. And this is so on up to En. En is the electric field intensity produced at point P because of this Qn. Right? So this is what, these are the electric field intensity, electric fields at point P. Right? Now, we can write the electric field intensity formula independently. Just now we have seen the electric field intensity and associated formula. E bar is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Let me write here the formula for electric field intensity. With reference to that, you can tell. We have generalized formula. Just now we have seen that. What is that? E is equal to we have what we have E bar. This is in general. E bar is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square A bar R. So this is the formula, right? So we have this generalized formula. Now let us apply this formula to all the electric field intensities and tell me. So it would be independent. It would be different for all those electric field or electric charges. So for first case, for E1, what I can write? E1 is equal to, can someone tell?
Q1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R square A square into R1.
Distance R square है क्या? R1 square है.
R1 square.
Correct. So this is small r1. Notation आपण r वापरलं ना, r1 square a bar r1 हा झाला याच्यासाठी. त्याच्यानंतर आपण इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी ड्यू टू सेकंड चार्ज, दॅट इज E2. इट इज इक्वल टू Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R2 square A bar R2. Sorry, it is R.
सर at a time पण कॅल्क्युलेट होऊ शकतं का? Q1 into Q2 Q3 Qn.
काय काय?
At a time कॅल्क्युलेट होऊ शकतं का?
नाही, त्यासाठीच आपण हे डेरिवेशन करायला ना, पुढं कसं जायचं किंवा पुढं कसं कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं. एक सिम्प्लिफाईड फॉर्म्युला आता इंडिव्हिज्युअली कॅल्क्युलेट करतोय. आफ्टरवर्ड्स वी विल ऍड देम टू सिम्प्लिफाय द इक्वेशन. ठीक आहे. ऍट अ टाइम म्हणजे कसं, मला नाही समजलं. हॅलो.
Number of charges Q1 into Q2 into Q3 up to Qn divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R square 1.
नाही, त्यांची इन दॅट केस वी हॅव टू टेक द ऍडिशन. इथं सुपरपोजिशन मध्ये आपण काय करतोय, प्रत्येकाची इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी इंडिपेंडेंटली कॅल्क्युलेट करायचे आणि त्यांची ऍडिशन करायचे. तेच सेम आपण फॉर्म्युला यूज करून एक सिम्प्लिफिकेशन करतोय, जेणेकरून एक सिम्प्लिफाईड फॉर्म्युला भेटेल. जर मल्टिपल चार्जेस जर असतील दिलेल्या सिनॅरिओमध्ये, तर आपल्याला इझिली ते कॅल्क्युलेट करता येईल. मल्टिप्लाय करता येणार नाही डायरेक्ट, आपण सुपरपोजिशन वापरतोय. आपल्याला ऍडिशन करायचे, सगळ्यांचा वेक्टर सम घ्यायचा. ठीक आहे. I guess I solved, I answered your query का नाही?
Yes, sir, got it.
बघा, म्हणजे मी सॉल्व्ह करतो, त्यानंतर तुमच्या थोडंफार लक्षात येईल की काय करायचं होतं आणि काय केलंय आपण. आणि तुम्ही जे म्हणताय दॅट इज टोटली डिफरंट. म्हणजे तुम्ही जर चार्जेस मल्टिप्लाय केले, इट विल टेक यू टू रॉंग वे, इट विल टेक यू टू डिफरंट वे. मला फक्त पॉइंट पी ला इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी काढायची. मग त्यासाठी एक सोपा मार्ग काय, त्या सगळ्या पॉइंट चार्जेस, जे बाजूला जे चार्जेस आहेत Q1, Q2, Q3, QN पर्यंत, त्या सगळ्यांचे इंडिव्हिज्युअल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी काढायची आणि ती शेवटी ऍड करायची. दॅट्स इट. ठीक आहे. सो यू हॅव EN. ठीक आहे. EN बार इज इक्वल टू QN अपॉन 4 pi epsilon naught Rn square A bar Rn. So this is the formula for EN. आता बघा, आपण ह्या सगळ्या इंडिव्हिज्युअल, आता R3 राहिला, यू कॅन राईट इट ॲट युअर ओन. सो EN is the electric field intensity produced by QN, and we got all the electric field intensity, right? Here comes the principle of superposition. What does it says? Here, let me write. By principle of superposition. By principle of superposition, E bar at, किंवा तुम्ही याला E bar total म्हणू शकता. E bar total at point P. It is equal to addition of vector sum of all those इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटीज. मग ह्याच्यामध्ये कोणत्या कोणत्या इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटीज आहेत? E1 प्लस E2 बार प्लस दिस इज सो ऑन, जेवढे काही चार्जेस असतील त्याच्यामध्ये EN बार. सो दिस इज द प्रिन्सिपल. वी आर गोइंग टू ऍड दोज इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटीज इंडिव्हिज्युअली. म्हणजेच काय करणार आहे मी इथं, E bar at P, it is equal to what I can write, Q1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R1 square A bar R1 plus Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R2 square A bar R2 plus Q3 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R3 square A bar R3 plus this is so on up to QN upon 4 pi epsilon naught Rn square A bar Rn. Right? So this is what just a step ahead to simplify the equation. आता ह्याच्यात कॉमन काय काय आहे? What we can take as a common? E bar at P, it is equal to what we can take as a common, 1 upon
4 pi epsilon naught.
Pi epsilon naught is a common. So here you can do the summation of what? Qi. I will write a subscript I, right? This I will varies from 1 to let's say n, I ची value, it would be from 1 to n divided by, distance will also have same suffix subscript, so ri square a bar ri, a bar ri, right? So this is going to be your final equation for electric field intensity at a point because of multiple point charges. This is the final equation. Is it clear? Take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this. Done? Shall we proceed further?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
The summation, the limits put up केले ना n and I is equal to 1. त्याच्या पुढून कसं केलं ते qi ri square वगैरे?
नाही, याच्यामध्ये जे काही समेशन ज्यावेळी म्हणतो ना मी, when I say summation, just a minute, थोडस मी इथं आणखी एक स्टेप वाढवतो म्हणजे लक्षात येईल. हे तर कॉमन आलंय, लक्षात आलं?
हो, ते आलं.
हा, याच्या पुढं बाकीच्या राहिलेल्या क्वांटिटीज काय आहेत? इनटू ब्रॅकेट Q1 upon R1 A bar R1 plus Q2 upon R2 A bar R2 plus Q3 upon R3 into A bar R3. आता ह्या क्वांटिटीज किती पण असू शकतात. आपण काय म्हटलंय, सो ऑन अप टू Qn upon Rn A bar Rn. ठीक आहे ना? तर मी हे सगळं एवढं एक्सपान्शन लिहिण्यापेक्षा ह्या सबस्क्रिप्टला जस्ट एका व्हेरिएबलने रिप्लेस करतो आय, आणि ही आय ची व्हॅल्यू काय असणार आहे? 1 to n. बरोबर आहे ना? 1 व्हॅरीज फ्रॉम 1 2 3 सो ऑन अप टू n. मग जर हा n जर 3 असेल, if n is equal to 3, then your formula will end here only. If n is equal to 3, then it will end here only. n equal to 4 असेल तर तुम्हाला परत पुढे Q4 upon R4 into A bar R4 पण घ्यावं लागेल. n is equal to 10 असेल तर तुम्हाला ती सगळी सिक्वेन्स म्हणजे अप टू Q10 upon R10 into A bar R10 तिथं पर्यंत घ्यावं लागेल. समजतं? मग हे सगळं शॉर्ट किंवा सिम्प्लिफाय करण्यासाठी मी इथं समेशन वापरलं. समेशन मध्ये काय सांगतोय मी? 1/4 पाय एप्सिलॉन नॉट. समेशन घेताना इथंच मी लिमिट सेट करतोय. आय ची व्हॅल्यू जी आहे ती 1 पासून स्टार्ट होईल आणि जिथपर्यंत n असेल तिथपर्यंत त्या सगळ्यांची ऍडिशन मला घ्यायची. मग ह्या समेशन मध्ये काय असणार आहे? ही टर्म असणार आहे, फक्त आणि फक्त ही टर्म Q अपॉन R इंटू A बार R, आणि सबस्क्रिप्ट व्हेरिएबल असणार आहे. मग Q I म्हटलं कारण हा I कधी 1 असेल, कधी 2 असेल, कधी 3 असेल, कधी n असेल, डिवायडेड बाय RI. इथं पण तसंच, कधी हा R1 असेल, कधी R2 असेल, कधी R3 असेल, त्यानंतर A बार RI. म्हणजे प्रत्येक वेळी ज्यावेळी तुम्ही समेशन घेताय त्यावेळी एकदा त्याची व्हॅल्यू 1 असेल, कारण 1 पासून सुरुवात झाली, त्यानंतर 2, त्यानंतर 3, त्यानंतर 4 आणि ह्या सगळ्यांची ऍडिशन या ठिकाणी घ्यायची. समजताय?
हो सर.
ओके. सो थोडंसं थिअरॉटिकली लक्षात घेताना थोडंसं डिफिकल्ट जातं. एखादं एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व्ह केलं की इट बिकम्स इझी. So let us write one example on this. Let us solve one example on this. Let a point Q1, म्हणजे आता सध्या तरी मी एक सिंगल पॉइंट चार्ज साठी सॉल्व्ह करूयात आणि उद्या ते परत मल्टिपल चार्जेस साठी सॉल्व्ह करूयात. लेट ए पॉइंट Q1, a point charge Q1, let a charge Q1 equal to 25 nanocoulomb, 25 nanocoulomb located at point A, let's say 4 comma minus 2, 4 comma minus 2 comma 7. Find E bar at P, E bar at point P. लोकेशन दिलेली आहे, त्याची कोऑर्डिनेट्स दिलेले आहेत 1, 2, 3. फाइंड ई बार ॲट P. म्हणजेच काय, तुमच्याकडे 2 लोकेशन्स आलेले आहेत. पहिला तर पॉइंट P, याच्यावरती तुम्हाला इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी काढायची आहे. P ची लोकेशन आहे, कोऑर्डिनेट्स आहेत 1, 2, 3. And Q, what is the location of Q1? It is 4 comma minus 2 comma 7, right? So ह्या point charge मुळे, because of this point charge, what electric field intensity is produced at point P, that we have to calculate, right? So तुमच्याकडे end coordinates आहेत, आपण याला काय म्हणूयात, R1 म्हणूयात, ठीक आहे. आणि this direction is nothing but your A bar R1 unit vector. ठीक है. So as per definition, as per the steps involved, what things we have to do is draw a neat sketch. Draw a neat sketch. This is what I have done already. Second is find vector and unit vector, and last one is use formula to find E bar, right? So these are the steps that we want to follow. So first step, draw a sketch, which is already done. Second step, find vector. Vector is here in this case R1 bar. Vector is R1 bar. So right, so R1 bar is equal to, can someone tell me? काय येईल वेक्टर इथं? 1 minus 4, बरोबर आहे ना? 1 minus 4 A bar X. त्यानंतर असेल प्लस इंटू ब्रॅकेट 2 plus 2 A bar Y plus 3 minus 7 A bar Z. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So it is equal to minus 3 A bar X plus 4 A bar Y minus 4 A bar Z. Right. So similarly, as I said, you need to find the unit vector also. Unit vector A bar R1. It is equal to, we know that its formula is vector upon magnitude. Vector is R1. magnitude is mod of r1. बरोबर ना? So it is equal to minus 3 a bar x plus 4 a bar y minus 4 a bar z divided by. Can someone tell me direct magnitude of this? It would be minus 3 bracket square plus 4 bracket square plus minus 4 bracket square. So if you calculate that, how much it would be? It would be, I guess,
41, sir.
under root.
Under root 41.
Correct, under root 41. So we got that. Now we can use the formula. What is the formula? E1 bar is equal to Q1. E1 म्हणण्यात अर्थ नाही, कारण because here we are talking about only one point. E bar at P म्हणता येईल. E bar at P is equal to Q1. Q1 ची व्हॅल्यू आहे आपल्याकडे अपॉन 4 pi epsilon naught r1 square जो आत्ताच काढला आपण अंडर रूट 41 त्याचा स्क्वेअर a bar r1. राइट. सो लेट अस पुट ऑन ऑल द व्हॅल्यूज. Q1 ची व्हॅल्यू किती आहे? Q1 ची व्हॅल्यू आहे 25 नॅनो कुलॉम. राइट. सो 25 into 10 raised to minus 9. 25 into 10 raised to minus 9 divided by 4 pi into what value you can use? 10 raised to minus 9 upon 36 pi. बघा आता मी ही व्हॅल्यू का घेतोय परमिटिव्हिटीची, कारण हे 10 raised to minus 9, 10 raised to minus 9 gets cancelled. So simply you have to find 4 pi upon 36 pi. So that would give you the answer. Then next is r1 स्क्वेअर म्हणजे काय? अंडर रूट 41 ही जी व्हॅल्यू आहे याचा स्क्वेअर. ठीक आहे, म्हणजेच काय येईल? 41 येईल. त्यानंतर मल्टिप्लाय बाय a bar r1. a bar r1 ची व्हॅल्यू काय? a bar r1 इज minus 3 a bar x plus 4 a bar y minus 4 a bar z minus 4 a bar z. ठीक है, divided by under root 41. So you can calculate this part. I will give you the direct answer of this. You have to verify whether it is correct or wrong. You just calculate this part. You can just calculate this part. पहिल्यांदा डिनॉमिनेटर कॅल्क्युलेट करून घ्या, परत न्यूमरेटर कॅल्क्युलेट करून घ्या, डिवाइड करा. सो ई बार इज इक्वल टू ई बार at p is equal to, let me give you this whole term, it's equal to 0.856. In the next lecture you have to tell me whether it is correct or wrong. तुम्हाला ते कॅल्क्युलेट करून यायचं. -3 म्हणजे राहिलेला वेक्टर जो आहे तो ॲज इट इज -3 a bar x plus 4 a bar y minus 4 a bar z. Right. So final answer of this I will give you in the next lecture. Or shall I write right now? Okay. So the final answer of this e bar at p, it is equal to -2.568. I'm just multiplying this constant inside the vector. 2.568 a bar x plus 3.424 a bar y minus 3.424 A bar Z. Right? So this is the final answer. Please take a note of this. This is your final answer. So what is the unit of this? Unit of this would be volts per meter. So this is the total electric field intensity at point P because of Q1. Take a screenshot of this, or if you have made a notes of it, you are allowed to leave the meeting now. Maybe next lecture has been started. So everyone, the class is over. You are allowed to leave the meeting now.